Our speakers for today are Michael Sismer, he's our Managing Director at MC+A, and then we have Stephen Clava, he's the GSA Deployment Specialist. They both will be joining us today for our webinar, so please welcome both of them. Hi Michael, hi Stephen.
Hello Maria, how's everything going? Thank you Stephen for joining us. Thank you everyone who's attending. Looking forward to speaking to you today about the long road ahead with the GSA transition. Stephen?
Yeah, hi everybody. Welcome to the show. We hope to show you some good stuff and let you know how to get out from where you are. Go ahead, Mike.
Thank you, Stephen. So we always like to start with a little bit of an introduction to MC+A. We are a global technology consultancy based here in Chicago. We were the first Google for Work, actually it was Google Enterprise, then Google for Work, now Google Cloud partner. So we've been working with Google for about 10 years. We, in essence, try to take very complicated things for our clients and simplify them, which is why we've always been drawn to Google as a company. Google is focused on taking the consumer products that we all know and use and bringing them, at least Google Cloud and Google for Work, bringing them into enterprises and businesses to make collaboration and work inside the company as easy to do as Google. And that's sort of been our focus along the road as well. I think that generally a lot of times technology solutions are often technology first, solution second, and really they lose sight of what you're trying to achieve. So the GSA, kind of circling back into that, was a means by which you could take this very complicated search technology and have it running in a few moments just as soon as you power it up. We have a long list of customers and clients. I think pretty much everyone who's on the call today is one of our clients. We thank you for your business and we're looking forward to continuing a relationship with you post GSA, but we do work with some of the largest brands in the world. In that, we break it down into a few different practice areas. One primarily here that we're all focused on is enterprise search, so the GSA alternative solutions to the GSA, analytics and big data. Both of those really came out of enterprise search. Big data, Hadoop, Google File System, MapReduce are all technologies that first were developed in order to scale large indexes. So if you have 1 billion documents, you need to store them somewhere. If you need to index those documents, you need a means by which you can do it fast. And that technology has grown out, and now we use it to do everything in the world with respect to machine learning and cognitive computing. We also have a practice area in custom application development. So what we're really niched at least in Google, was integrating the GSA with other technologies, building applications to consume search results, and that is all done through custom application development. And then primarily, anytime that you employ a new system, you're really going through a change management process. So that is one of our practice areas as well. So without further ado, we'll jump into the long winding down of the GSA. So in this, when people come to us today and they say, well, what's happening? What should I do? Where should we be going? Our first question is to kind of step back and say, you know, what did you do? Why were you interested in the GSA? And you know, the answer is that you had some problem finding information. And that is as relevant today as it was when the Google Search Appliance was introduced in 2002. You know, as enterprises grow, content systems are generally growing in an unstructured manner, making it very difficult to to find the information that's there because it's embedded in a Word doc, it's embedded in a PDF, it's in a bunch of different disparate repositories. And then ultimately people spend a lot of their time every day trying to source the information that it is to do their tasks. And so there are a few different forms to that. You have your internal information workers, a support rep, caseworker, analyst of some kind. You have partners and counterparties, customers, development partners, your community at large trying to find information about a particular program, an upcoming event, and they simply can't find it because they're not really able to use your systems the way that you intend them to do. And this is one of my favorite quotes from, I'm plagiarizing it poorly here, but it's Donald Rumsfeld, one of his topics about the Iraqi war, was that there's known knowns, there's unknown knowns, and unknown unknowns. So you don't know what you don't know if you can't find it. And that causes content recreation, that causes a game of telephone to be played if a consumer can't find what they're looking for, or a customer can't find what they're looking for on your website. What do? They call you, they create a ticket, they email you. If they don't know that you have an alternative product, there's all sorts of costs associated with the unknown unknown. And we historically have kind of rolled this up into enterprise search. So content sources aggregated, security principles adhered to, all through a friendly search box. So where we're at today is the countdown clock. So everyone has received some notification from Google that the GSA will be winding down, and we've kind of put it up here in sort of a visual aspect. So through the end of this year, you can buy new appliances with a 2-year term. So up until December of this year, you can buy or extend for a 2-year period. Starting in 2017, there will be no new GSA sales. So if someone called us up and said, we'd like to do, we really simply can't take the order. However, we can do 1-year extensions. So if you're in the cusp between not knowing what you want to do, we can take 2-year orders even for renewals up until December 31st, and your renewal date has to kind of be in the first quarter. If you're into the second quarter, I'd suggest you reach out to us and we'll figure out if that's an option for you. But once the clock strikes midnight, the pumpkin's going to return, the carriage is going to go away. We're only going to be able to sell single year extensions to existing equipment, and then the following January, equipment will start shutting off. And I want to stress that, shutting off. It's not that you have unless you've negotiated something that would be abnormal, you have a term license and the term will expire and the GSA will shut off. So there's no using it until you figure out something. There's definitely a time clock associated with that. If there's any, please put that into the question section of the GoToWebinar, and we'll certainly address a little bit more towards the end. So as we say, plan early, plan often. The sooner the better, and I think that there's a variety of some technologies out there, but the sooner that you kind of do it, the better, because the goalpost in this case is not going to be moved without potentially a 1-year extension. But you're going to have to make a decision sooner or later, and the sooner you make the change, in our view, the more you're going to get out of your next investment. But the first step in that is to to take an assessment on the current environment. We have a guide. I think you can go to MC+A.com, do a search, and there's a form to fill out, and you can download a guide that has this information. But you want to look back and review why you bought the GSA in the first place. And in that, just take a look at, do you know where all your GSAs are? A lot, you'd be surprised, especially with larger organizations, they're not really sure. The ownership of who is responsible for that may have changed. Do you have resources who are working them? But what we're really asking, or the goal for the initial phase, is to kind of figure out where everything is. Who's responsible for it? What are your capabilities to manage it? And then the next thing is to kind of look at, did it achieve those goals? So step one, is really gathering up the information, trying to figure out what the original business case was. How much time are you spending managing the GSA, if any? Some people don't. They don't know where the GSA is. Some people spend a significant amount of time managing the GSA infrastructure. And then review your goals. Did the GSA achieve the goals that you set out for it? And the answer could be absolutely. It's brilliant. We love it. The opposite is like, no, we bought it for this. We never really achieved that. We did achieve some things, but we didn't really achieve our current goal. And that assessment is going to be very useful to you with respect to which direction you choose going forward. Again, this is all outlined in that, and these things will help you kind of bring up which one's going to be the most interesting. And then with that, you can kind of plan out the future. You can plan out for the future. One option is simply to wait. That is, Google's announced their replacement to the GSA. It's called Google Springboard. So you can go do some Googling on it and see what it looks like. It's deeply integrated with Google Apps currently. There was an announcement at BoxWorks that Box is going to be coming available near term, but that's Google's prescribed direction. What we've been told is Q1, Q2 of next year, Springboard will have ingestion mechanisms by which you can push content in from, say, a database. So your content doesn't necessarily have to reside in Google Apps, but that you can actually push the information into there. And right now there's an Android app, and this is sort of what it looks like. Very Google Apps, Google branded. Filters for the source, filters for timelines, and knowledge cards appearing based on your Gmail activity and your Google Drive activity. And it's for our customers who are very Google Sites, Google Drive focused, they love it. It's brilliant. For people who are the opposite side of that, they don't find it very useful. So if you're not going to go to the Google platform, there's a fork in the road. And the fork is to the cloud or not to the cloud. So what we're going to initially suggest is what are the cloud alternatives and the on-prem alternatives. So in terms of the cloud vendors, there's basically three, and we're going to go through them. So Coveo is the Magic Quadrant leader. They're strongest with Salesforce and Sitecore integration, strong because they include a very deep analytic and cognitive search package out of the box. And if your content sources are in the cloud, it's a very simple tool to use to get up and running. Demos can, we like it because our demos can be done in a few minutes versus having to ship people an appliance. Alternative to that is Amazon Cloud Search. So it's a fully managed Elastic Stack in AWS. So you don't have to handle the underlying infrastructure of sharding and creating your Elasticsearch tool set for that. And then from the makers of Elastic is Elastic Cloud. So it's sort of an alternative to the past one. The underlying infrastructure is managed by Elastic Cloud. Some of our friends actually work over there. And so with AWS, some of our friends work over there. And with Elastic Cloud, it's a cloud service offering by the company that offers or controls the source to Elasticsearch. And both of these two latter options really provide the underlying infrastructure. They don't have a lot of connectors or other pieces for ingesting, but you don't manage the pieces of the cloud there. So on-prem, our real recommendation is really to go with the open source stack. You have three here, which are kind of a repeat. Elastic, but it's on your prem. It's build your own framework, so you can get the infrastructure in place, and then use connectors like Manifold and whatnot to push into there. Solar is the predecessor of Elastic. They're sort of there's a lot of feature parity between Solar and Elastic. Solar is a little bit stronger for unstructured information and has better ingestion methods. And if you're really going to go Solar, then LucidWorks Fusion is the primary option there. Lucid has taken the stack and commercialized it into a supported offering with connectors and so on, and it's ready to run, at least from a demo perspective, and then it's tunable as always with the other systems. Stephen, I've left you out. Do you have anything to add to these?
Yeah, actually, I just wanted to add, like when you're reviewing your transition, you also want to look at the content sources you've done, and then is there any opportunity for content sources that you've either added or just left out of the first GSA deployment? The GSA deployments, they're based upon index counts, and a lot of these other technologies don't have that kind of limitation. So you may be able to open up different content sources to really to push your enterprise search to a new level with these new different ways of doing stuff. Just to think about that, and all these alternatives, a lot of them work out pretty great. So we're looking forward to helping anybody that needs to get to where they need to go. Thanks, Michael.
Yeah, there is no easy button per se with this. That we definitely recommend transitioning to a supported platform in the sense we've done this for a few months, and someone given up. We didn't ever really come into many scenarios where someone would give up the GSA to just build it up from scratch with Elastic. But given the use case, potentially they had a knowledge base with, or a discussion thread which had 5 to 10 million discussions, or they wanted control over the indexing or control, the update frequency was intense, that it meant that they really had to create a custom solution. Our base recommendations typically the Elastic, LucidWorks and Coveo. Elastic's really good as well, but requires more infrastructure, and more tuning. Elastic is very, very, very good for structured content. Very good. Oh, yeah, I knew the next slide. Yeah, so as we transition into the QA section, please put your questions, if any, into the question section of the GoToWebinar control panel, and we'll look to get those answered. But really, one of our recommendations right now is to consider a managed services offering from MC+A. So as you make your decision, we would handle the day-to-day operation of your GSA, so you could free up your resources to work on things that aren't deprecated. And that also positions us well to have a conversation with you with respect to your future direction as well. So MC+A has a few of these contracts. Customers really like them as well because they have a trusted advisor guiding the direction of the GSA, and they're not having to kind of learn something once just to throw it away in a few months or a year, and to support your staff. We like Coveo, we like LucidWorks, we do like Elastic. We don't generally recommend our Elastic for our customers for intranet search, but we're currently doing deployment right now with it, so it is something that we are skilled at as well. So each customer is their own infrastructure, their own challenges, and so we're bringing a somewhat of an agnostic approach to solving those solutions. So I think that's our recommendation. Stephen, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, we're excited to be able to talk with our customers, and that that we have a plan for you guys to get to where you need to go, and we really look forward to helping you through that whole transition, and excited to start this process. Thanks, Michael.
All right, thank you both so much for the presentation. There are many ways you can connect with us. As Michael said, you can reach out directly to him. We also have social media. You can email us at marketing@mcplusa.com. Please feel free to review all these resources. Ask for our assessment guide. It can definitely be a great asset for you in this transition process. So I want to thank you again for your time, and have a good day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.